I can't believe I have to say this in the big year of 2025, but sir, slavery was bad. It was bad. It was very bad. And no, it shouldn't have happened again.
The Isle 95.9.
For the past 24 hours, it has been buzzing in the international world, especially because Africa was dragged into something that, well, it is our business, but, we're minding our business these days. But it seems like the people in the U.S. are just like, and including their presidents. So let me just tell you what happened. Trump made an announcement yesterday through his social media that basically insinuated he was going to be going after some group of people. I've forgotten what he calls them, but basically what he's trying to do is if you paint, he says that they're painting slavery as something that is as what said it is. But you know what? Let's hear from the horse's mouth so we wouldn't make judgments, right? He said the museums throughout Washington, but over the country, are essentially the last remaining segment of woke. The museums that shows the true history of America is woke. Okay, so he said the Smithsonian is out of control, where everything discusses how horrible our country is and how bad slavery was and how unaccomplished the downtrodden would have been. I can't believe I have to say this in the big year of 2025, but sir, slavery was bad. It was bad. It was very bad. And no, it shouldn't have happened again. And if there are accounts that these things did happen and people want the stories to continue to be told so that we can avoid the horrors of slavery happening over and over again. People keep telling these stories and now you're trying to say, don't talk about that because if you talk about that, it makes us look bad. Well, I'm sorry, sir. Your ancestors did what they did and our ancestors suffered what they suffered. And you cannot erase everybody's stories. You can't only talk about the good things. If the bad things are happening, they're going to happen and people are going to tell the stories. It's going to end up in history. Now you're trying to erase history that was recorded years ago because it is too woke. Oh my God. I literally have no words. I have no words. I can't believe we're still having this conversation in 2025. It's not something that we should be talking about constantly, but unfortunately we are back here again. And it's so slightly disappointing that he is the president and this is his opinion. I can't see him actually erasing it considering the executive orders that he did sign coming into office. But let's just hope that positive things will happen this time around because we all know what happened and very few of us really understand the horrors of what it is. People who have studied history, they see history repeating itself. I have seen signs. I'm not going to be the prophet or prophetess that would say, oh, this is what's happening. That's what's happening. And part of the reason why people need history, I'm sounding like an art person here. That's because I stand for the humanities. But part of the reason people need history is so you don't make the mistake of repeating it. And trust me, it is repeating itself in a more glamorous version. It's happening in a different era, so it's not going to be the exact same thing. But if you did study history, you would see the signs.
The Isle 95.9.